What did she say?
Nothing.
Alright, so anyway.
Wait, no, we can't start like
We're
that.
gonna.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's do it again.
Literally. Alright, go ahead and introduce us.
Are we? Am I?
Yeah, you're the lead.
Okay.
You're the front man. Let's go.
Let's go,
front
front
woman.
Hey guys, welcome to the Beyond the Reserve YouTube account. Today we're going to be talking a little bit. Today.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about.
Today.
She's gonna tell us. Front man's gonna tell us.
Today we are going to be talking about how the song, our first single, "Catch Me I'm Falling," came to be. So we hope you stick around to enjoy the ride of us going through the process. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alright, so I guess the best place to start is how the song kind of came to fruition. So the song came to be from me sitting down at the piano. It was one of those days where I was like, man, I'm trash at the piano. I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. And I sat down and was like, okay, I need to make something really simple. So here we go. And I was like, okay, that seems pretty decent. So let's give it a little bit of variation. And that's basically how the intro and the verse part came to be for the piano. As I started playing it more, I came in with like those kind of things to spice it up a little bit. But that's basically how the piano verse was created.
So with the guitar part, I didn't really want to do too much to take away from Rachel's vocals and just the simplicity of the piano. So that's like, okay, what if I create like a little rhythmic little pluck thing? It's just, and then later on in the studio we added some stereo delay, whatever, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's essentially the verse guitar part. So this is what it's gonna sound like when our two guitar parts.
Those.
So this is what it's gonna look like. So this is what it's gonna sound like when he's playing his piano and when I'm playing my guitar. And Rachel, if you would like, you can sing along with us.
Alright.
Alright,
Count us in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I hear trapped in clouds of rain. No more pain, I'm ready for a change.
Alright.
Okay, now on to chorus. A big part of how this was created was with Jack's help, because I asked him, like, okay, I created this verse part and I like it. I don't know a whole lot of music theory, so I've tried a bunch of things. Help me, give me some suggestions. This is where it started, and this is my favorite chord on the piano. And exactly in that voicing too. So we came with that. Oops. And then I didn't know where to go, and Jack said, go to D. I went to A. I went to a higher voicing of B minor. But we felt like it was lacking something, so he was like, okay, why don't you go ahead and try. So I have that right here, and I'm pretty sure that is a D major 7th. Just kind of sat down with those chords and then just kind of put like the Alex feel on top of it, which for whatever reason was very kind of wacky, and I was doing a lot of different bass note changes, but yeah, that's kind of how the chorus was created, at least from the piano side of things.
Man, I don't even know how the guitar part came to be. I think I was just sort of into like those single notes, sort of like R&B sort of feel like that. I was also into like sort of like a lot of syncopated notes and stuff like that. So then I came up with basically that just repeats the entire chorus, and you can barely hear it in the track, but we all feel like it adds like a nice rhythmic little.
Yeah, definitely.
So in addition to these little syncopated notes, like R&B feel, whatever, I just followed the chords, and it was basically, and that just loops through the entire chorus as well.
The bridge is a mysterious guy to us. I don't know exactly how we came up with it. We put a lot of cool rhythmic things in it, like super staccato feeling jumps here and there, which I felt like added a lot of life to the piano. But here's a short little bit of what the bridge sounds like. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. At first I only had that first section, those first 4 chords, and I had looped those twice. And I didn't like that, so we ended up changing it the second time around. And then as we played through it more, I started changing up the bass patterns a little bit to make it feel like it's moving a lot more. And that's something in the main track. We ended up basing the song, really building the song around that bass that we have tracked there. Our homie, James Lidiaco, helped us out with. We're super grateful for him.
Shout out to James.
He did an amazing job on that. And that's kind of where we felt like we should craft the song around. Do you want to talk about the guitar on that?
In accordance with the rest of the song, I wanted to stick with that sort of R&B staccato, like single pick sort of rhythmic ideas. It had to be something different than the rest of it because of the different rhythmic elements within this particular bridge. So it wasn't really anything syncopated, it was just... And then I added a lick like somewhere in the middle of the bridge, and then we blended the two in the studio so that the lick is going on while I'm still playing this. But yeah, that was pretty much all I played on the bridge.
So when it came to
Wait.
Iceman. So when it came to creating the melody and the lyrics of the song, what? Do I not know?
No, he just keeps chewing his eyes.
Take 5! When it came to creating the melody and the lyrics of the song, I had received a rough demo track from Alex and Jack. What we do is I really get inspired off of what they send me. I kind of just started writing and it just took off from there. I usually get into these kind of bouts and modes of writing where I can kind of just start writing and it kind of just keeps coming. So I would say when it came to creating the melody and the lyrics, it kind of happened simultaneously. The melody might come a little bit ahead. I'll hear something and I'll kind of start humming it, and maybe I'll start making words up, and they might make sense or they might make absolutely no sense at all, but it kind of just helps to get my brain flowing and stuff. And as for the inspiration of the song, it was basically just me talking about kind of, experiencing a love for the first time and having it all kind of rush over you and not really know how to deal with that. And I would say my favorite part of this song would be the bridge. I would say I kind of took inspiration off of something that has no relation to falling in love, but it's like that idea of you being knocked over by the waves, but you're also being knocked over by love. So it's like that kind of parallel with that. So that's probably my favorite part.
I think we all unanimously agree that is our favorite part of the song.
That was the very first thing Rachel ever showed us. That was the first time we were ever working together. I was blown away by that being her first ever thing that she had really created for something. It was really impressive. But as far as the drum parts go, that's really my main instrument. I'm typically playing the drums. Right now, I've had a torn pec muscle and it's been about 3 months in and it's just recovering really slowly. So that's why I'm not able to play those parts for you guys and talk about them and show you them at the same time. I know one of the biggest things I wanted to do for this song, since it was created on such a simple foundation, was let that simplicity shine through in the percussion as well. So I'm really off of everything for the majority up into the chorus. As far as that goes, for the kick drum, I really wanted to match what was going on in the left hand of the piano for a lot of it. That's where I built most of the rhythm off of, was this left hand piano part. And that's really where I created that, where I came up with, let's go with that super active kick drum part and the 16th notes on the hi-hat. And then as far as the bridge goes, I really wanted to, same thing, match the rhythm of the piano, get that communicated through the drums as well. But yeah, the drums were a pretty simple drum part, but it was really based off of the rhythm of the piano.
So in the production of this song, when we got into the studio, because before we got even to the studio, we didn't have, we barely even had a demo, because we were
We didn't know much.
Yeah, we really just
Yeah.
didn't know much, and we learned a lot, so we're
But she's
grateful for
up.
all of that. But like, you can manipulate sound very, very easily in the studio, especially if you have an engineer who knows what they're doing. Shout out to Mr. Ty Unland. With my verse part, we put a delay on that because I originally didn't record it with a delay. What we chose to do was do a stereo delay that ping ponged. What will happen to that sound is it'll ping pong from the left headphone or the right headphone.
Yeah,
and
left
just go
stereo,
back
right
and forth,
stereo.
back and forth. And then that added a lot more texture to those verse parts with still keeping that simplicity.
I think another really cool thing that our engineer Ty did, originally in verse 2 for the drums, I had recorded a closed hi-hat beat. What Ty did is he took where I was just doing one measure of that, cut it, and then pasted it so it was just back to back, like a bunch in a row. That really kept the groove going. Like, that really keeps the song alive so you don't lose a lot of energy in verse 2. Something really cool is what our mixer, Michael, what he did to Rachel's vocals.
Oh, for sure. Essentially, there's a stereo delay on Rachel's voice. What's cool about it is that you can have Rachel's voice repeating at a different speed in one side of the mix, and then have her delaying at a different speed in another side of the mix.
Definitely big shout out to our mixer.
Michael Nielsen,
Yeah,
the man.
Absolutely. Like, really, he really is. He really helped us learn a lot along the way.
For sure.
And same with Ty. Ty taught us so much in the studio.
So when it came to creating harmonies, I had a little bit of some ideas of things in the back of my head before going in the studio, but nothing really solidified. I just kind of had him play it and then practice something out real quick and then gave it a go. So yeah.
That's pretty much.
The song.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think overall with
covered
this
it.
song we learned a lot together, and
Especially because it was the first time we had ever been in the studio recording together.
yeah.
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 It was definitely a great time, and I think we got a pretty awesome song out of our first time in the studio, and we learned a whole lot, and it was really fun to talk about the creation of the song, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you guys enjoyed our song. Keep streaming it. Feel free to, subscribe and stay tuned for more
Yes.
videos and more content. So yeah, thank you guys.
And we do have a song coming out very shortly. If you're watching this video, you're going to hear about it a little bit before everyone else does. But we'll be releasing our second single on March 5th, which is a Friday. So be on the lookout for that.
Yes. Take care, guys.
See ya.
See you in the next one.
I'm